Hey guys, how's it going? Kevin. I'm back, and today I'm going to be trying to get a couple performance updates in for you for some devices. My finals are finished. I put the final grades in for the semester, and the baby, he could be coming anytime now. No joke. All right. So I'm just going to try and do some relatively quick performance updates for you, and I'll give you more in-depth information if you guys have any questions via the comment section underneath the videos, or you can always reach out to me on Instagram as well. First up, we got the Evolv Reflex. Look at that. I ran over it with my car. No joke. Long story. I don't even know where to start with it, okay? I use this thing all the time. I use it every day. Ran over it with my car. Must have fallen out of my pocket, reversed out, was looking around trying to see where it was at. Oh no, there it is, ran over. I mean, it is what it is. Guess what? Still works. Fantastic device. I know in my initial review with this, I was saying that I'm not sure that this is necessarily for the person that enjoys vaping. I don't know. I might back off of that claim, to be honest. I enjoy using this. It's not like a medical type of device or anything like that. You know, it's not like drinking Diet Coke, right? I found a couple cool tobacco flavors, and I think that really helps, because this thing gives me a pretty solid like cigarette like experience, and I use this as much as, if not potentially more than, I use my Cocoa Primes or my V-Through. I mean, it's become a 3-device race, and you know, the Reflex is right there in it. But with that said, I'm using completely different juice flavors. I'm using tobacco. I think tobacco is the best juice to use in this. And I'm also using freebase juice because I feel like nicotine salt, the benzoic acid gets drawn out of it, recycled, it doesn't want to vaporize, and it gives you too hard of a throat hit. So if you guys have been like me for the most part, like vaping candy types of juices and stuff like that, and you're looking for some solid tobacco recommendations, I've got them. This one, first off, Naked American Patriots. It's a decent juice. It's probably the most highly reviewed and likely highly trying to look for words, hyped up. I don't know if hype is necessarily the right word, but you look on any site and everybody's like, man, this tastes like a Marlboro Red. It doesn't taste like a Marlboro Red. Literally, if you take this and you put it in your vape, it's gonna taste like a French vanilla gas station coffee. It's gonna have a ton of vanilla in it, ton of like that kind of coffee flavor, right? Not a Marlboro cigarette. Don't expect a Marlboro cigarette. But with that said, it's a decent juice, okay? It's a decent juice. So Kevin, which ones do you like the best? I like this. I got it $5 on clearance at a local vape shop. I have no idea where I'm gonna find it again, but it's Sahara Tobacco, and it's by Valgus. All right. This one's in 12 milligrams. Pretty cool. Really good flavor to it. It's strong. It's a strong tobacco flavor, and I very much like it. The next one is going to be an easy one for you guys to find anywhere, and it's Smoker's Delight Classic Tobacco. I got this in 18 milligrams. I like it. I probably vape this the most so far, and it's just a solid throat hit at 18 milligrams. And yeah, I mean, it's an oldie, but it's a goodie. I remember this stuff when I first started vaping and throwing this into NJOICES, right? It's a good flavor. It's nothing special, but it's a good overall kind of crowd pleasing tobacco. The other one here, this is kind of a hidden gem, and it's from a local vape store. It's called, the vape store is Wise Guys Vapes. They do have an online presence. You know, they're not an online store. They're a brick and mortar vape shop, and they have their own little line. This is called Capone. Okay, so wiseguysvapes.com, I think is what it is, all right? Or you can just Google it. And this is the tobacco that I'm talking about. It's called Capone. Really, really good. I would say out of all of them, this is my favorite one. But what I did is I had them nick it up to 24 milligrams because I'm insane. So I've been blending it with my, like with American Patriots or other things to just kind of cut it. 24 milligrams may be a little bit too much for me in the Reflex, okay? But again, how's the Reflex? The Reflex is still, you know, filtering out goo and ooze and junk, okay? It got ran over by a Ford Focus and it still turns on and charges. Like, what can't you, or I mean, what can you really say about a device or a company that has that kind of quality? I sent Brandon from Evolv, Brandon Ward from Evolv, a picture of this thing after I ran over it, and he offered to actually just give me a new one because he doesn't want me walking around with a beat up with a beat up Reflex. I'll be honest, I kind of like it. It's a battle scar. It's a conversation starter. But really, guys, if you're looking to find something that reminds you of a cigarette, I think this is the closest thing on the market. Is it 100% perfect? No. You know, what would really be perfect is like a cancer-free, healthy cigarette, okay? But that might be wishful thinking to kind of get that. But I would say this is probably the next best thing to it. And I don't know, like I would recommend giving this to new vapors. You know, anybody that you want to be able to quit smoking. It's a really, really good conversion device, I think. And you can't go wrong with it. With the pods, right? I haven't had them like leaking out in my pocket or anything. Somebody did mention, you know, that if you're really going at it, and you forget to clean a can, and I think the place that it would likely leak out is, there's not really much like on it right now, but right here, probably at these little buttons, there's sometimes like a little bit of residue that kind of builds up. But beyond that, guys, I mean, I have nothing but really good stuff to say about the Reflex. And also, I mean, the people at Evolv. I mean, they sit there and they give me this $120 device, right? And then I run over it with my car and they offer to replace it. Like, you can't beat that. And that's really the difference, I think, between going with something that's high end and you know, some of the other devices that we buy, right, from overseas, and you know, that are just manufactured very, very quickly to maximize profitability, right? So with that said, guys, the Evolv Reflex cannot really find a fault on it. The battery life is exceptional because of the fact that you know, it adjusts to your draw. I put eScribe on with this thing, and it can tell you exactly how much nicotine is in every puff that you take, in every draw that you take. Like, it records it and it holds it and it stores that stuff. So if you're looking to lower your vaping, if you're looking for a device to come off of nic salts, if you have a friend that smokes, a loved one that smokes, and you want them to stop, get them one of these. The Evolv Reflex, fantastic. Highest recommendation, seriously.